Hello, good evening to you. This is Talk, and it is Petrie here with you until 1 o'clock. Just a reminder that coming up we have Andy Lowndes talking space, and we also have Hosken, who's going to be going through the papers. I wonder what the front pages will be full of. Hard to imagine. Anyway, before all of that, we have been following the journey because these weight loss jabs, of course, you can't open particularly not a Daily Mail, without seeing a story daily about weight loss jabs. Everybody's talking about them, and anybody that you've seen who's looking a little trimmer recently is on them, even when they say, no, it's all exercise and diet. I've been, oh gosh, I've been so busy exercising. But we've been following two men on their journey with taking a weight loss jab. And over the last few months, we've been learning about some of the side effects, some of the downsides, and some of the upsides. So let's introduce you to them once more. Arma Khan, who's an aesthetic and longevity doctor from Harley Street Skin Clinic. Arma, lovely to see you. And Timmy Alexis Carrington Ward, broadcaster and host of Here She Is show. What's it called again? Oh, Here She Is. It's on YouTube. Yeah.
Here she is.
Here she is. Yeah. I'm only joking. Have
you ever thought of wearing green?
No, but I did. This is leopard print. Look.
You look like the Hulk.
Thank you. That's incredibly kind. Don't you start laughing, Arma. You were the decent person in this relationship. Now, first of all, Arma, let's come to you. How you've been on this journey now for a few months. How have you done?
Really well. I've obviously lost weight. I've got more energy, and I just feel better about myself.
What, the way you look, or you just feel healthier generally?
I'm feeling healthy. I'm feeling like I used to feel before I put all that weight on.
Oh, wow.
Looking back on some of the pictures, you can see I was carrying quite a lot of weight. I didn't realize I was carrying that much weight.
Is that you at the beginning of the journey, Arma?
Yeah.
Are you joking? That's 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Wow, that is a big change, isn't it?
Mm.
Hey, fatty bum bum.
Don't you start. We haven't seen your pictures yet. It's very difficult to say, would you recommend it? Because you need to take into account a lot of people's, their personal circumstances, their health journey, and all of those things. But we often hear, which is why I wanted to do this journey with two men. It's usually women that talk about a weight loss issue. Do you think that you would have done this without the jabs, Arma?
I've always trained, and I've always been fit. So even before I started my journey of becoming overweight, I was very active. And really since COVID and being busy at work, being busy with grandchildren, there are always excuses why you can't train. And becoming lazy with what I ate. I think it's just a vicious cycle that we fall into. And we always give excuses. So this was a great kickstart. I'm eating better now. I'm training. I'm drinking less. All of those things that I was doing before as a habit, which I'd replaced with new habits. So part of this journey isn't just losing weight on a medication. It's about changing our habits again and making them into our new lifestyle.
Does it worry you when you've completed your journey? I don't know if you've decided that you've gone far enough, that you will just put it back on, that without that help, that you might just fall back into those bad habits? Because bad habits, we tend to fall into them over a long period of time, and good habits, they need equally long to fall into them.
Absolutely. And I'm going to carry on with this because what we have is a 4-staged program. And the first stage is medication. And it's getting somebody on, assessing them properly, getting them onto the medication, watching their weight loss. So there's medication, there's stabilization on that medication, that's stage 2. Then comes a habitualization, which is changing those habits. And that can take a bit longer. That can take another 6 months. So this journey can take between 6 months, a year, and with some people, even up to 18 months. So the habitualization is really important, where their new habits, their new choices become a matter of just doing it and not active thinking. It's subconscious. And then the fourth stage is withdrawal of the actual medication.
So would you microdose then, this term microdosing? So wherever you are now, with that habitualization stage that you're talking about, which could be for a year, would you go back down to the lowest level that still works for that long?
That would be the goal. That would be absolutely the goal. Yeah. And I think we have to, again, gauge it by the responses. So once we've achieved our weight goals, and it's not just weight, what we're monitoring is your lean body mass, your bone mass, your muscle mass. And I think it's really important to do that, because if you're just losing weight, you're going to be losing those as well. Now, bone mass is slower to lose because it's sort of really hard, whereas muscle mass you can lose quite quickly. And there's going to be an inevitable muscle loss unless we start to adjust our diets with a higher protein in our diets to support that muscle, and also exercising. And there are different types of exercises that are important to maintain muscle mass and bone mass. So part of that education is talking about the diet, the nutrition, talking about the right type of exercises, and then monitoring it as well on a monthly basis.
It's really interesting. Let's turn to you now, mate. So for you, how has the journey been for you for this 3 months so far?
Okay, so the first 2 months, I thought I hadn't lost any weight, and I was really surprised when I went in to Dr. Khan and he weighed me, and I had lost half a stone each month.
Right, we're looking at pictures of you, but I can't. Which one is the before picture?
You're funny. That's after I gave birth, on the right.
Oh, right, I see.
Yeah.
I mean, it is quite a difference, but I know you, and you're slumping a little bit in the first one.
Yeah, you have to do a little bit, don't you?
Yeah.
I'm big. I want to lose it.
But your neck is really noticeable in your
That was
face.
where, after Christmas, I had a real, wrestler's neck.
You did. I was worried about you.
I know. And that was after Christmas. So anyway, the first 2 months, I lost half a stone a month. This time I went in and I'd only lost 3.5 pounds on it, which I was a little bit, I rang you straight away, didn't I? I was a bit disappointed. I was embarrassed. I felt fat shamed.
Yes, you did. You felt that Armour had fat shamed you, even though it was your journey.
And he started doing exercises in front of me. I think that's what it was, exercises. But he was doing some movements I hadn't seen him do before. But I had to do that as well. So I've upped my game on doing exercises a little bit. But I would say, through doing it through this clinic, and I want to speak to Dr. Khan about this, of why I didn't go up the next level. So he's kept us both on the same level. And I haven't actually spoken to him about this, of why I am kept on the same level when I only lost 3.5. He said because I'm getting closer to my proper weight now that I want to get to, that it slows down. But like I said, if I wasn't doing it through a clinic, I would have gone up automatically. I would have thought I'd needed to.
But going up doesn't make you lose more weight. It just counteracts you getting used to the drug.
Well, exactly. What do I know? That's exactly what I mean. So I don't know. In the first 2 months I had, I'm going to call it chronic diarrhea for a couple of days. And I'm also going to say vomiting like The Exorcist. Yeah. So those, and I would say from the beginning of this year, when we started, to now, I would have had, I'm going to count up to about a week of not feeling well, but I'm absolutely fine now. Unlike Dr. Khan, I don't feel full of energy or anything, but I look bloody good.
If you say so yourself. But let me ask you the same question. I mean, I've known you for years, so I do know the answer to this, Timothy. But without this jab, what would this have taken you to get to where you are?
oh, this is absolutely been a different journey. My niece got married, as I said, last year, and it took me 6 months, and it was horrible. It was keeping away from going out, keeping away from places that I would eat and drink, not having anything in the house. This time, like I said, the first 2 months, I have not felt like I'm dieting. Going back to habitually thinking, I have had this on my own, thinking, actually, if I need, because of the 3.5 pounds just gone, I maybe should be helping myself a bit by looking what I'm eating now. So that's come naturally a little bit to me, of, okay, if I want this to continue, I'm going to have to watch what I eat and not just go and buy a Cadbury's cream egg or something.
Or 3. But are you prepared, Timothy, to keep going for a year if at the stabilisation level?
I've heard about this stabilisation of, I think, is it like a year or so when your body gets into a habit, or it thinks this is its normal weight. I mean, I'm not the expert. That beautiful man in the middle of us is.
I don't think it's just your body getting used to it. I think that's part of it, but it's your mind getting used to it. And habitualization is forming new habits, replacing old habits with new. You can't get rid of habits. What we have to do is we have to start to make a new way of life our norm, and the way that we eat, our choices. And when that becomes normalized, then we can start to withdraw. And I think, you know, the issue is, once we come off the medication, what doesn't stop is the aging process. And we're going to then, all we've done is we've improved our health, we've extended our wellness during our longevity by reducing the risks of developing various conditions. And there are 42 different conditions that have been shown to improve because of doing this. And you know, it's not just weight loss or diabetes that it affects. So what we're doing is we're improving our general health. What we've done is bought time. Eventually, time will catch up with us and we'll start to deteriorate again. But then we've got a choice. We can either look at this, or there'll be something new that comes along that will help us to maintain our health.
Yeah, they're looking at tablet form, aren't they, now? I think it's Eli Lilly that is looking to see if they can replace the jab. Listen, guys.
Petrie,
what?
I was just going to say, you need it fast, because you look as if you're deteriorating as I'm watching you. Quicker than anything I've seen.
Shut your face. Although, Armour, I'm going to make an appointment to come and see you about my turkey neck. So we'll do that. Yeah.
We're having a bog off.
I was going to say we're going to get a bog off with you. I think.
Do one.
Yeah. Oh, we can all 3 of us do it. That's great. It's even nicer. Guys, thank you so much, Armour. It's been a real pleasure. Thank you, Timothy. I don't even know what to say to you, but I'll speak to you tomorrow. Thank you both very much indeed. Dr. Armour Khan there, aesthetic and longevity doctor from Harley Street Skin Clinic, and Timmy Alexis Carrington Ward is just my best mate. So there you go. Quick break, back in a second.